Hello, it's Jugbot on the J-Wire, and in my first tutorial for Medieval Engineers, I'll be showing you how to make your own custom map to be imported into the game. So first off, as you can see here, I've made my own custom world, and as you can see, it's quite amazing. I've added my own custom trees and custom biomes, which is what the ground is made up of. In this tutorial, there's 4 maps you're going to need, and these maps define what the world is going to look like. In this tutorial, I'm going to be using a program called World Machine and a custom macro that I made to help make the height maps. I'll explain later in the video. The official guide by the developers explains anything you could possibly know about how to be importing these into Medieval Engineers. There's a lot of information. If you have any questions, I suggest looking here first, but I will be explaining the basics later in the video. Also, first you're gonna definitely want to download World Machine, and then you're gonna want to download my my macro. All the links will be in the description below, I assure you. So you download that. Use AdFly, just to get a little money, so hope you don't mind. Come on. Okay. Okay. So once you do that, I will just drag this to the desktop. Open up World Machine. Okay. So this is what you first start off with in World Machine. World Machine could get quite complex. I just hope you don't get too much into it. So first off, these things I would group together. The main thing you want to be concerned about really is the output, because we're going to be have to output select files with specific names. I won't show you that later. I'll show you that later, but wait a second. Okay, so import macro. You go to Macros tab, open up the folder, browse folder, and then you take the macro and place it anywhere in this folder. But I already have it, so. Okay. And then, let's see. You're gonna have to open this up and check that and update checked items toolbar, and you'll have ME texture. Drag this here. Okay, not much you can do with it now because you need 4 inputs. So yeah, first we're gonna have to make a world, but you don't have to do that. It's kind of complex. I recommend you trying that later. First, you would probably want to open example world. Let's see, RBG terrain examples, and let's do Sweet Canyon Mesas. This will be interesting. So here you got, drag this here, boop, and delete this. Alrighty, so you're gonna have to make 2 layout generators. Okay. 1, 2. Okay, and now you have everything, believe it or not. So drag this to height map, because that's the height map. This is the flow map. Drag it to flow. And then drag the other 2 to the other 2 spots. These you can leave blank. You need to have these, but they can be blank and they'll have no effect. And now what you're gonna have to do is create outputs. No, bitmap outputs. So copy that, paste that 4 times. Fire this up. Oops. Boy. Oh my god, it's so hard to get these little squares. Connect those. If you want to know more about how to use this program, I recommend going to other tutorials, because I will not be explaining the entirety of this program. It is very complex. In fact, if you enter my macro, this is what I had to do. All of it is mine. All of this is mine. You know how long this took? I don't even. So you close that. By the way, don't have this open. Don't have that open while you're doing it. Otherwise, it doesn't compile for some reason. I don't know. So now you're going to have to define your files. Now, now we're going to go into the game files itself. I did not create a shortcut to it, so I'm going to have to go through my Steam profile. Medieval Engineers. Properties, local files, content, data, and then do scenarios, open up with TextPad or something, and then here you go. Right away you can see that it's a lot like the other game files. They do in fact have public true. So you're gonna have to find all of these. You can highlight and do Control F to find. You can find them all. Find all in current document. And it tells you, and you can just click to go to certain places. Now you're going to make these all true. What the scenarios file does is it sets up, you know, basic scenarios like, I forget the names, but they're like small mountains, large mountains. There's actually a few others that I've also made true. There's like naturally generated, but it's not that good. So what we want to get is generate from maps. It's odd that I went right to it already. That was good. Scroll down and you get to here. Now these are the files that it's looking for right here. Now if you were to do it without making your own, it generates from pre-made files, so you can do that. In fact, go to the roaming address. It's up here. That, and you go to scenarios, saves, scenarios. No, that's not it. Wait. Go back. Sorry. Content, scenarios, and here they are. These are the defaults, though I bet these are mine because I've been playing around. So these are the 4 files you want to make. Let's go here. And so first one is height map, and that is called terrain normal height. And specify output files to desktop. C. And you want to do .png. PNG. Good. Okay. I'll do this. Wait a second. I'll skip ahead. Now that I got the file set up, I'll have to adjust some properties. And to make this easier, we're gonna make a 5th output, just for to make it easier anyway. Which one is it? I think it's this one. No. Height output. That's good. Okay. Put this in here. So get that, and okay, maybe it's this one. Excuse me, I'm not exactly a pro. And we can look at each one of these in 3D. Now you press the yellow one to build. Okay. And this is the tree mask. It tells where the trees are most likely supposed to go. I don't really need to use this that much. In fact, it would work without it, even if it was all white, but I added it in anyway, because why not? So yeah, look at each of these to make sure they look right. I'll explain a little bit of what they are. Build. Oh wait, no. To get this to here. And oh, neat little trick is to press F, and that means preview is locked. So if you click somewhere else and change properties, it'll still stay. Now this one is the height map. Values get higher as the height increases. This is what the terrain is actually shaped out of, this one map. And that looks good. This was what it'll look like in game. Not quite like red. Now next one is tree map. This shows you where all the trees go. This is probably the most important, I would say. The blue ones are the little trees, like the saplings and mushrooms and stuff. The red ones are the medium trees, which are pretty big. And the green ones are the biggest trees. I hope I got that right. Anyway, so these look pretty good. So trees will be mostly at the bottom. The mesas will stick up with nothing on them except little shrubs. And that looks good. A little forest here. It's nice. Now I go back. Last one. Biome. Let's check this. Now this is probably the one that took the most time for me to make. Each pixel has to be exactly the right color in a certain range. I'll show you here. I actually have a text document if you want to know. So these are the red channel values that I had to pick from. Now, where the value of the pixel falls in is which type of ground is it. Currently, I don't use woods, grass 2, stone 2. I don't use grass old. Those are the ones I don't use. You can customize the slope values for the other ones, which I'll show in a second. In fact, you can go click my macro right here and change them and watch what happens when you change them. So if you see here, the grass is, wait, I'll just show you. Max angle should be high. Okay, wait. Okay. So, this value always has to be less than this value. And then this determines anything above this is where the stone goes. Black is stone. The gray is rocks grass, which is a nice transition. And then grass is on top with white. And then the forest is this splotchy area down here. You can change this. I'll change that back. Because I don't really want that much wood stuff. I'll put it like that. And this might take a little bit of tweaking. I'll put it quite high like that. Increase this a bit. And you'll see that I think this is okay. A little more. A little less. Good. Like I said, it takes a bit of tweaking. Now, good thing is it updates all the other maps at once. Press F again to undo. And now you'll see that, put this here. I think I rose the value. The trees are a little higher now. In order to make the trails for the map, all you have to do is take the layout generator that's going to the trails and find the your world extents, which right now is over here. Wait, oh, way too much. And I can do that. It's nothing. And add a line that goes through your map. It's a good thing if you look at your map like this. Press F to lock and go into your map, and you should draw wherever there's a gradual path should be. You shouldn't go up here, of course, because then that'd be going straight up a cliff. You wouldn't want that. So I'll just make a quick path that goes right through here. Right, click lines again, and just draw it, and that's good. Now right click, and it's loading. Double click, and here's where you're gonna want to switch back to layout generator. Press F again to release lock, and you're gonna want to decrease the fall off distance. Wait. Go back to this. Go there. Layout generator. Fall off. And decrease this a lot. And you want it so it's like a little point. You don't want to make it so, pick one of the curves. You want it as tiny as possible. Not too tiny though. And so that's pretty much good for my trail. And then to get rid of certain places in an area, you can just draw any sort of shape you want. And then you move it over the area you want to clear of trees, and double click. I'm gonna have to look at what this is. Okay. Then just edit, increase the fall off distance. You don't have to decrease this all the way, just do semi-decreased. And also a really good practice is to use shape breakup, and you just click use breakup, and then it's no longer a regular looking shape. Move this out further, and I think that's world. I mean, I think that's good. So now your tree map will have that area deleted of trees, and this will have a little line going through it. This line right here, that's the trail, and that's what you did. So now all you have to do is export, and you'll be good. So yeah, I think you're ready to export if you're done. All you have to do is go File, Export Terrain Files, then select the 4 bitmap outputs. Export selected. Oh, I have to build world first. Then export selected. Oh, I didn't select. Export selected. Alrighty. Now go to where you saved them, which is on my desktop for me. If I could find them. Oh, they're right here. Okay. Now this is the boring part. You're gonna have to convert these into .dds files. I don't know why, because it seems like an unnecessary step, but I'm not a programmer, so I don't know. So what I did was download an extension for GIMP, which is free. I'll have a link for that too, hopefully. Anyway, you can just look it up. Google is your best friend. Sweet. Oh, and you can save and close this. Save, close, exit. Sure, whatever. There you go. So we're almost done. Hope this doesn't take too long. Then you need to open these GIMP. Yeah, and export to as a DDS file. DDS export. Okay. Export. And export. Jesus, such a pain. And export once again. Export. Alrighty, so now we have them. This is what they look like. Select these and drag them back to the scenarios folder and replace the already made versions. Okay, now you're done. Now if you did everything right, you set public true, and you didn't tamper with the file names or anything, then you should be able to load the game and it should work. So I'll see you then. So when I tried to load the maps into the world, the game crashed. So this is my fault. I actually spent a day trying to figure out what it was, and it was a very simple thing. You have to uncheck resolution +1 because it has to be 512 by 512 in your resulting height map. I don't know why they have this. It's just a pain. So uncheck that. Also, there's a few other changes you may have to make. If I could find it. Go back to your world. Yeah, go to Medieval Engineers, Content, Data, back to Scenarios, and also go back to, I think, was it Voxel Materials? Okay. Now we're gonna have to change the values of one of these materials, because in specifically, well, I'll show you an example. Here's the problem. See that woods needles and grass old fall in the same range for some reason. I don't know why they did this, but for some reason they're in the same range. So you're gonna have to change woods needles. No, you have to change grass old to something else, so the game uses woods needles in the biome map. So just change it to like something like 61 to 70 would be good. So you have to find that first. Here you go. So once you go to this, you go to biome value, changes to 61, changes to 70, and then save. Is that? Oh wait, no, one more thing is in scenarios. There's an issue where you may get slightly terraced terrain, which means that the ground where it should be flat, like at an angle, it goes up by increments and may not look as good. I'll show you an example of it when I get back into game, but you can do this by fixing the height. It's a lot of code to look through. Generate from maps, you will have to go down and change the world boundaries. Not the world boundaries. Yeah, the size of the map. This is where it records everything. You may have to change this to a lower value, and that might fix the problem. I actually haven't tried it, and I'm not going to, because that will just make your world squished, and it's not that good for terrains with mountains, because then it'll look like a little hill, pointy little hill. And these are also your extents in other directions. World boundaries, this is where your character can no longer walk. This makes it so character can't walk off the world currently, and this is set at a nice value, so I'm going to keep that. So I'll go back to my tutorial world. I'm going to export this again. Okay, export, select, export selected. All right, and you have to convert them. So create new world, custom world, from maps. Okay, and we wait.
2 hours later.
So here we are in the world, and you can see that it is working. And now we're on the upper level of this mesa style terrain, and down here is the woods. Kind of nice, though you will not be able to actually enter these woods. Wait. Because there's an invisible wall right here somewhere. Yeah, I can go no further than this. So this concludes the tutorial on how to make your own world. If you have any questions, you can ask me directly. I will definitely answer any questions you have. Now, before I leave, I'd like to show you that right now it isn't perfect. You can see that there's a little bit of terracing. You can see that it goes up by 1 step. And another known bug is that the tiles sometimes repeat. Well, the textures sometimes repeat. You can see that it looks kind of weird. And this currently, I believe, can only be fixed by more varying terrain, so you won't notice, or somehow the game generates it less repeated if it's not on a flat surface. So it probably has to do with it being flat right here, like perfectly flat in some areas. Whereas in sloped areas, you can see it's pretty. It's a lot less noticeable. So yeah. Once again, ask me any questions you have. I'll gladly answer. And you can download everything in this description below. And so, I'll see you in my next video.